Can you? Yeah, you actually need to let me know.
Let's get some rooftop
Hey,
tea.
what happened
boys.
with Dexx? Because Patar said something about him yesterday.
Oh, he got booted out thingy, didn't he?
I don't really know who's in the right and who's in the wrong, to be honest. Like,
Why are you so sad, Matt?
I've only heard thingy's side. Only heard Dex's side of the story, but he basically linked up with me and told me everything. So obviously Dex was part of Pigeon and Patar's operation, right?
Yeah.
And the fucking the app dropped, right? The group app. And Dex got put on an app and was able to name a strain and start experimenting with that stuff. And Pigeon was asking Dex like, "Oh, whose app are you on? Like, how are you getting the info?" Like, kind of just asking him who he's with. And Dex said to Pigeon, "I'm under NDA. Like, I can't tell you." But he said to me, like, he name dropped people multiple times and let it slip, and then kind of basically said to me, "Who's the only group in the city that's going to make me sign an NDA?" And it was the company, right? So
okay.
He got put on the company's app because they needed a max rep grower, I'm supposing, to name the strain.
Yeah.
And he was doing a bunch of testing because he got access to their app. They could claim the turf. He could go and test shit. That's how I got all the info about it selling for $14 a bag and all of that, right?
Okay.
So while Dex is experimenting, Pigeon kept calling him every 20 minutes and basically asking him like, "Yo, what you found out now?" And Dex was telling him what he knew, but he was like, "Look, I'm still figuring it out. Like, I'll call you when I've got the info."
Yeah.
And just kept calling him. And basically Pigeon then turned around to Dex and said that he didn't believe what he was telling him, and that he thought that Dex was holding information from him and like not telling him the truth, when what Dex was telling me is that he was giving him like all the information and the exact truth, but like Pigeon was just digging too deep and thought there was more to it when there actually wasn't, right?
Being desperate for the information quick.
Yeah. And then Dex was like, so he then had a go at me and like kicked me out of the operation and said, come collect your keys and your shit. Like, I don't want you to be part of it no more. So then Dex went to the crib and literally took all of his weed racks, like everything he'd paid for, took down all the walls he built, took the fucking toilet, like everything. Like, imagine James is doing what he's done, yeah? And then leaving like the house and taking everything he put down with him, right? So like, he just completely like emptied it out and bounced.
Yeah.
And obviously they're beefing because of that. Like, Pigeon was talking crazy about him on the timeline and stuff. But what Dex was basically saying is like that Pigeon is stuck in the past and not evolved with the times, and he's talking about this like cartel shit, but he hasn't got a cartel right now. And he said he's no longer Pigeon, he's just Cap Terranova. I was like, oof, that's a mad statement.
It's not wrong though, is it?
But like he's right in a certain aspects, but also wrong in others. Like he was clearly very pissed, so the story was very like put against Pigeon aggressively because he was not happy about what had happened.
I only heard a little bit, right, from Patar. But apparently part of the reason was because of how like loose-lipped Dex is. And obviously the fact that he brought me and Terry into the house didn't help him either, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's what Patar said. Apparently he was like not saying certain information and then saying other information to everyone that you wouldn't want. You know what I mean?
So Dex is now with the company.
So Dex is not with the company. He said it was temporary while he experimented with the stuff, and then he was basically like, look, I'm a free agent. Let me know what you're saying. Because he's doing this whole like, that's the thing, right? Like a lot of Dex is kind of, it sounds like in a similar place to us, where it's like he is experimenting with things with his not forever people, you know, like because it's so early into like everyone being back around, like he ain't committed to one thing right now.
Yeah.
Which seems to be like what a lot of people are doing, but what Pigeon wanted was someone that was fully committed, like from the start, like to the end, you know? So the fact that he was working with somebody else as well obviously caused tension. But I still haven't spoke to Pigeon. Like I don't know what Pigeon's saying about the whole thing, but
yeah,
it fucks me. Because now I ain't got no weed.
Can Dexx not just still grow?
No,
How does...
and here's why he can't. Because Dexx is now... So this is why there's a weed drought right now, right? This is like, it all explained. The reason there's no weed on the streets right now is because anyone that was growing good shit with advanced seeds and was max rep is now on that app and have named a strain. When you name a strain, the strain you push on a weed run, you only get $4 and the rep that you get from it is shit. So all of these, the top level growers are now pushing on turf rather than in weed runs. So no one's selling like high grade. Everyone's just selling like the shitty stuff. So like there's like no weed on the streets right now. So Dexx can physically no longer supply me with what I need to get my rep up. He can only give me like a strain, and that strain I'll only be able to push on the turf he's got. Which is why he was saying to Pigeon like the times have changed, because with that being said, at the moment with how weed seems to be, it's very difficult to grow and supply to masses because you have to sell it in a specific area.
Yeah.
A middleman's for that shit is a bit techie right now.
I still can't believe that he took their fucking walls and their toilet.
Yeah, but you know Dexx, bro. Dexx is a petty guy. Like, Dexx is that guy, bro.
I
Dexx
wonder how
it'd be like that.
How much he stripped their yard.
But he did also like say that they are very behind.
Is it?
I mean, Patar's been asking me every day if we can connect him to Wi-Fi. You know what I mean?
Apparently they had $2 coin. When I spoke to him on Friday, they had $2 coin.
Yeah, no, Patar bought the smoke crack app like yesterday, and I was gonna go help him out, but then it all stuffed out and I couldn't.
Why don't we see if
I think they're struggling with, because the reason why we did what we did is so we didn't get in that position, right?
Yeah.
Like, as much as I know there's people that aren't super happy about how this house has worked, it's literally served the exact purpose that we discussed. It's a group house so that none of us fall behind and we all have access to keeping up to date while we decide what the fuck it is we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because if we would have just gone the solo route and not crowdfunded a gaff and just done
we
it
wouldn't have anything.
with a small group of individuals, we wouldn't even be 10% of the way into what we are
wouldn't
now.
have a house yet. I can't lie, what Pigeon and Patar and all that. The thing is as well, I guarantee Patar paid majority of that yard. I guarantee.
I don't know who did. I think it was a mixture, because I know Pigeon had loads of money from that raffle they did.
Is it?
Yeah.
They actually made money from that.